Hello guys, welcome to the channel. This time we're going to review the Lenovo MiiX 510. If you want to know what comes in the box, I did a live feed of me unboxing this. If you haven't watched it, please go ahead. I'm going to put this up on your left hand side of the screen, which happens to be my right. So stay tuned, I'll tell you all about it. Is it good, bad, better than the MiiX 700, which we also have reviewed. So see you in a moment. So, as typical fashion, we're going to go and have a look at the actual physical inputs and outputs of the device. Starting here from the left hand side, can we guess? We're going to have a look at it. So basically we have a speaker, side speaker, which is not great for audio. We'll cover that in a bit. We have a headphone jack, volume rockers and power button. It's also noted that it's got vents on the side. That's because this little baby actually is quite noisy and it gets quite hot. On the other side, we have also a speaker grill. We have the power input. By the way, it's really nice to say that Lenovo have actually got rid of the USB type style that the MiiX 700 comes with, which I think is a really bad idea. Going along with what we also have, we have a USB 3, a USB type C as well, which is really quite good. On the top of the device itself, there's nothing, just ventilation. And like I said, this device gets really, really hot. So, of course, one of the things that Lenovo does, which we kind of have to refer back to Microsoft didn't, and guess what, they're not doing it again. We'll touch on some of that stuff when we do get a chance to review the Surface 5, but it's actually provided you with a type cover, and I happen to like it. I like the leather finish to it, makes it look professional. If you've got greasy hands, it's all over it all the time, which is a bit of a pain. The keyboard layout is nice, however there's a couple of things like the left hand side shift key along with the backslash. It's a bit of a funny design there. However, they don't feel quite nice when you're pressing them. There's a bit of a crunchy to the press. And although the keyboard is sturdy, I'm not sure how long I would actually be up to typing with this type of keyboard. It's a bit small, but overall not bad. So when it comes to cameras, of course, tablets, that's an integral part of it, having a rear-facing one and a front-facing one. So if we look at the specs, on the rear-facing one, it's a 5 megapixel. It does okay pictures. Nothing that's going to blow you away. It's not as good as your smartphone. At the front we have a 2 megapixel webcam, which is quite good. What's actually quite nice, we have a dual array microphone with noise cancellation, so your webcast or your Skype might actually come across really clear. In terms of specs, again, it's common notebook, high-powered light notebook stuff. So it comes in the range of i3 to i7. Our particular model is i5. Very good performance, I mean, counting from that. However, a little bit loud because this thing gets a little bit hot. We have 8 gig of RAM. Again, it's great because that means there's less polling from your hard drive, means things happen much quicker. We have also an SSD, which is really what you get on these machines. You don't get a mechanical drive anymore on these kind of things. There's no room for that stuff. And we have 256 gig SSD, which has got great performance. I mean, up on the left side of your screen, there's a few specs in terms of the CPU. You can cross-reference it with my other video with the MiiX 700. I think it performs better, and the GPU also performs better, which is a HD 520. Middle ground, no gaming with our guys, just light casual gaming, the kind of thing you'd expect to do like on a laptop on a tablet like the iPad. Even that's probably going to be a bit too hard for this. In terms of actual battery life, well, Lenovo says 7.5 hours. I'm a little bit dubious about that. I haven't been able to get it to go past 6, more around 5.5 or so. In terms of weight, I have to say this is a little bit chunkier than the MiiX 700 and a little bit chunkier than the Surface in terms of the actual back on it. It's about 900 grams without the type cover, which puts it on par with the Surface, up to 1.25 kilograms with the type cover, just over what the Surface is, and probably a little bit heavier than what the actual MiiX 700 is. Although it feels sturdier, I think the MiiX had a bit more of a plastic feel to it, where this feels a bit more premium for some reason. Maybe it's the fact that it's silver. I don't know, looks can affect these things. Other than that, it's pretty good. So, the conclusion of this. So I want to just say straight away, if this is jumping into the arena to battle it out with a titan like Microsoft and the Surface, it comes close, but it falls by the wayside because I'll tell you what, let's just introduce something really quickly here, which is a ranking system. So if I was to give, let's say by looks to the surface, a 4.5, because I happen to think the surface looks amazing, this would be a 4. It looks great, but it's a bit chunky. If I was to give the screen of the surface a 4.5, again because the high resolution, 2K resolution is amazing, it looks great and it's super bright, this would get a 3.5 because it's only HD, it's not as bright as the surface. If I was to give battery life on the surface a 3, this gets a 3, it's about the same type of battery life. Overall performance on the surface is a 4.5, this would be a 3.5. You see the trend here that's going on. Portability, again, about 1 point less, so if I give the surface a 3.5, this would get maybe a 3. So you get the idea. However, what I do say that this beats the Surface hands down is on value for money, which is exactly what Lenovo is aiming at. They're trying to give you exactly the same that Microsoft is, but for a much cheaper price. This particular model will probably cost about £650 to £700. For you to get the equivalent from Microsoft, let's bear in mind it doesn't come with a type cover, which is another £100, it's going to cost you £800 or £900 for similar specs. Also, what you get with this is a stylus, of course, with palm rejection, which by the way works great for all of you guys that do drawing and stuff like that and like just messing around on the screen. I don't particularly do so. And you also get this nice little, I don't even know what this material is called. If you guys know what this material is called, please let me know in the comments below. I'm sure some of you are going to correct me on what I've been saying, which is always welcome. Thank you guys. But yeah, it's basically a pouch to make your laptop look, your Surface. Oh, the Surface, see? It's wrong. They see what I'm saying? They're trying to get so close to that, but your Lenovo MiiX look more professional.